Hello, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to this late night recording for Bundesliga Matchday 24. So, I would really like to start with the first game, the big game, the Klassiker, which went our way. Uh, to be honest, I would firstly like to point out the big referee blunder which was made, during this game. Nico Schlotterbeck, he himself admitted after the game that he was lucky to be on the pitch after what happened after his, lunging tackle on Sensic. So it was a clear red card, and that mistake would have come to haunt us as well because he scored the opener versus us. But thankfully, our team, they had other plans, and we were able to come back into the game. So we went into the halftime with a 1-0 a lead to chase. Uh, I mean, credit to the Nico Schlotter to the Nico Kovac side. He had a clear game plan that he wants to play the mid block and then play on the transition with Bayer and Adiami space, and he played Silva up front. So his team was doing that wonderfully. But that red card, it should have been given. It should have been given. That was a red card any day, any time of the game. However, we as a team also struggled to break their mid block. They were defending as a unit, and we are running into their block again and again. And Diaz and Olise, they surprisingly had a very poor game by their standards, the standards they have been setting in this season. Along with that, I have to be a bit critical of Vincent Kompany here. I'm not too sure why Serge Gnabry was started instead of Jamal Musiala, especially given they were playing the mid block. We needed a creativity outlet, someone who could break, that block with this close dribbling or with through passes or with line breaking passes. So we were missing that threat from the middle, and that is why Dortmund were having a relatively an easy game because we were playing into their hands with that lineup. But in the second half, the game opened up. With the 1-0 lead, I believe Nico Kovac's side, they wanted to go for a kill, which opened up spaces for us. And our attackers, they started to find more space. And Serge Gnabry has that one thing in him. When he finds spaces, he usually get into the good zones and in between the lines. And similarly to that goal on Saturday night, uh, Kimmich gave a chip ball, a beautiful chip ball, which Serge Gnabry headed it back to Harry Kane, and who put it in the back of the net. So from there, the game became very very open, and we started to create a lot of chances. And during one such run, Stanisic, he had his last laugh on Nico Schlotterbeck when he dribbled on Schlotterbeck, and Schlotterbeck again made a lunging tackle on Stanisic, which was a clear and obvious penalty, and it was awarded to us by the referee and by the VAR. So Harry Kane, as we know, he smashes it in the back of the net. Although this time Kobel was very close to saving it, but thankfully the pace on the ball made it impossible for him to save it, and we got a 2-1 lead. And after that, a few subs were made by Nico Kovac's side. They started to attack us more, and again our weakness which is getting exploited this season, that is the set pieces or the crosses, the dead ball crosses which have been coming uh, in the first half. Upama kind of made the stupid mistake of giving the free kick on Adiami, which was punished by Nico Schlotterbeck. And again in the second half, when we were leading 2-1, Marcel Sabitzer, he gave a cross from right hand side, which Svensson, with a beautiful finish. I have to say that that was an audacious finish by him, and he made it 2-2. And when it was looking like the game might go for a draw, Joshua Kimmich had other plans. he he scored the winner and he silenced the Signal Iduna Park, and it gave us 3 points, 11 points lead in the league, which gives us a lot more breathing space now, because at one point of time the lead came down to 6 points. Now it's back to 10 plus points, which puts us in the driving race as well, because it was February end, only 10 match days are left. So it's actually is a big lead now. Also, I want to talk about the record breaker Harry Kane. So he bagged his 30th goal of the season in just 24 games, and also he equalized a record, a very unique record. He became only the third player in Bundesliga to bag four consecutive braces. That is, two goals in consecutive four games. It only happened twice, once in 2001, and other was, I think, 1967, if I am not wrong. So Harry Kane has equalized that record, and he became only the third player in Bundesliga history to score four consecutive braces. He is a phenom. What a season he's having. He scored for 45th goal of the season, and it is just February. Uh, I don't want to jinx it. I really hope, in the knockout tournaments, UCL, TFB Pokal, I really want us to go deep, so that, he can, stamp his authority on the title of the best player in the world. I am really hoping, and I'm keeping my fingers crossed for Harry Kane, in that aspect. So now, moving to the next game, which was the last game of this match day, Hamburg versus Leipzig. The game started in a very open way when Vusokovic, he saw a run of the attacker. He gave them a long ball, but I think it was Damien Das. I forgot who he was. He hit straight at keeper and he missed an easy chance. But HSV at its Hamburg, they again had a chance, and Viera opened the scoring in the 23rd minute. And then Romelu, he equalized the scoring for RB Leipzig with the back heel, which actually stunned the defense of Hamburg. So the lead didn't last more than 13 minutes, and in 36th minute, Romelu equalized it, and it was 1-1. And then Gruda, he had a big opportunity in 43rd minute, but Fernandes made an equally brilliant save to keep the game 1-1. And it was a break then, and after the break, Diomande, man, what a player he is. Actually, he dribble past players just, like with his dancing feet, that he is just in some training background. He scored a beautiful solo goal in 50th minute, I think. He got past five HSV defenders at that point of time. It was simply stunning, astonishing, I would say. And he scored the goal in 15th minute and gave Leipzig the 2-1 lead. And then Leipzig had a chance to make it 3-1. They got a penalty in 62nd minute, but Romelu missed the penalty. Fernandes made a good save. And then after that, no team created much chances, and the game ended 2-1 for Leipzig. They got big 3 points, and they are on fifth position right now in the table. Next game, Stuttgart versus Wolfsburg. I mean, Stuttgart really, I'm saying it was a demolishing act in the first half itself by Stuttgart. They thrashed Wolfsburg, who are now, down to 17th position right now. That's a sure shot. What to say? A relegation spot for once a Bundesliga champion, but a big 3 points for Stuttgart. They keep themselves alive in the race for top four UCL football. So Undav scored in 21st minute. It was a deflected pass from Demirovic. He just thrashed the top of the net, and then Leveling scored a belter in 30th minute. Gave no, the belt leveling scored a goal from a beautiful team move by Stuttgart. It was Furich late cross, which leveling put it back in the net, and it was 2-0 in 30 minutes. And then leveling deflected belter. It was a very very fast shot, but it deflected, and in 42nd minute it was 3-0. It looked a game dead, but then Wolves had a chance to pull one goal back in 45 plus 1 minute. But Meyer pushed it wide. It was an easy opportunity to make it 3-1, but he didn't capitalize, which gave Stuttgart a 3-0 lead going into the halftime. And in second half, Stuttgart, slowed down the tempo, and they were trying to soak in the energy and trying to save the energy. But Nate in 40th, in 90 plus 4th minute, he made it 4-0, and it was a big 3 points. And Wolfsburg, they are in big trouble, I must say. Now they are in big trouble right now, and they are one of the top candidates to get a relegated decision. Now moving to next game, it was Frankfurt versus Freiburg. uh, I mean, Frankfurt has looked better in recent days with their new coach Albert Riera. And I mean, they started the game very well when Brown had a long shot, but it was saved by Otobolu, and the rebound shot was also saved by him. And then Matanovic, he had a for Freiburg, he had a big chance in 41 plus minute, but he hits the post and he missed that chance. And then in halftime, it was 0-0. And after halftime, there was another chance for Freiburg from a very unique angle, and but Titler, he made a very good save in 49th minute to keep the game 0-0. So it was 0-0 till 15th minute again, and then the game started to open up a bit. Frankfurt made few subs, and Xavi, he came on. Probably it was his first or second touch of the game, and he opened the scoring for Frankfurt in 64th minute. And then Boya, he made a beautiful chip goal in 81st minute, and it was a game set match for Frankfurt. And I think Frankfurt can dream of the European places. What do you say? They are on seventh position right now on 34 points. Freiburg are just behind them, and seventh, as we know, is a Conference League position by going by the regular season, unless Bundesliga gets the fifth spot as well in UCL competition. So I mean, they are looking more compact. They are not conceding a lot of goals recently, and which is making their case stronger for the European places again. So now moving to our next game, it was Augsburg versus Cologne. Augsburg got a 2-0 victory. Another three crucial points for them. They are up to ninth position. But I have to say, Billy Goats, Cologne, they are struggling right now. They are struggling. They are on 24 points, and Bremen is on 22nd point of 22 on 22 points on 16th spot. It is not looking good for them. Cologne had a good chances. They hit a crossbar, and then Augsburg keeper made another save in 48 minute. But Ribeiro, their new young talent, he made a beautiful backheel goal in 55th minute, which gave them the lead. And then Cologne missed another free header. Then Augsburg were trying to defend it deep. Their keeper came up. They were trying to get that equalizer, but sadly that didn't happen. And with no goalkeeper in the spot, from a corner counter, Maurice, he scored 2-0, 90 plus 4 minutes, 3 point seal for Augsburg. And Cologne, they are in trouble. They are in big trouble right now. And moving to next game, talking about strugglers right now, it was Gladbach versus Berlin. They got a crucial 1-0 victory. It was a game where it was all Gladbach, and they were missing left, right, and center. They had so many chances missed, and all of them were sitters. To start with, Sanders hit a long goal, long shot in 45th minute with goalkeeper, I think Rono. He parried it back to Dix, but Dix, he just had to put the ball in the empty net, and he missed it. So at halftime, it was 0-0, and then Glaba scored a goal in 66th minute, but it was ruled offside. And then another big chance was missed by Glaba in 87th minute, but thankfully Tabakovic, he won a penalty in 90 plus 3 minutes, which Dix converted it successfully and gave a crucial 3 points to Glaba, who jumps up to 12th position. But right now positions are very tight in that zone, so it's more about the points. So Glaba are on 25 points and Bremen are on 22 points, so that makes them a difference of 3 points between the playoff spot and themselves. So that was a big win for them. Now, moving to our next game, it was Hoffenheim versus St Pauli. What big 3 points missed by Hoffenheim, I must say. The game started in an electric fashion. It was end-to-end football. Both teams had their chances. It was like shots taken by both sides, to be honest. But the biggest chances were missed by Kramaric in 8th minute, and then again Hoffenheim missed a chance in 10th minute. Then again they missed a chance in 26th minute. There were so many chances missed by them. Vasil, he was keeping Pauli in the game. Saint Pauli, he was the hero for them, and Hoffenheim were dominating the game. But on transition in 45th, 45 plus 4 stoppage time, Nebel gave a beautiful curling cross from the right hand side, which Lage converted successfully. He scored. He put the ball in back of net, and he gave Pauli a big lead, a big 1-0 lead. A crucial 1-0 lead, I should say, going into the halftime. And in second half, also, Hoffenheim kept knocking the door, but Vasils kept them out. It was a big Vasils performance, a big 3 points for St. Pauli at the end, who are on 23 points, just 1 point above the relegation zone. So it is getting very tight at the down, in the bottom of the table. It's very tight right now there. And that was Hoffenheim. Hoffenheim, I think they might be ruining this game. So this defeat puts them on equal footing with Stuttgart, 46 points each, and Leipzig are just 2 points behind them on 44 points. So the race for that third and fourth position for Champions League is getting very interesting and very tight. So now moving to next game, another top four, spots chaser, Leverkusen. They drew the game with Mainz 1-1. Mainz were the better side, to be honest, in the opening 30 minutes, but they didn't, make their chances count. They missed a couple of easy chances, and Leverkusen, they had a big penalty shout in 43rd minute, which could have been penalty, but Grimaldo, he was ruled offside, and that is why they didn't get the penalty. And then Schick, he missed easiest of chances in 63rd minute. And they were dominating the game. They were trying to break that, defense of Mainz, but on the counter, they conceded to Becker. Nabel, he gave a beautiful cross from the right again, and Becker with a first time finish, he beats the Leverkusen keeper and gives 1-0 lead to Mainz. It looked, Leverkusen are gonna lose the game, but that didn't happen. Concha, he scored from a counter in 87th minute, and he equalized the game for Leverkusen. So that gave them a huge um, 1 point in the context of the top four or top five race, because we don't know whom the second spot of the champions in the coefficient race is going to. So they stay just right there. They are just clinging there. And Mainz, in aspect of the relegation race, they got a crucial 1 point. They are on 14th place with 23 points, just one above Werder Bremen. So Bremen, now let's talk about Werder Bremen, the old horses of Bundesliga itself. They got a 2-0 victory against Heidenheim. Man, that was a very, very comical game, to be honest. Very, very comical game. It was all Bremen again, just like Hoffenheim. The Bremen, they were missing chances after chances, chances after chances. uh, their first goal in 28th minute, it was ruled offside, and then they had a big Misalovic. He just had to put the ball in back of the net, and believe me, you should watch that chance. He fluffed his lines, and he missed that chance. And then it was big another big miss came from them in 43rd minute, and Bremen again hits the post in 45 plus 3, and it looked like, they are not going to get the 3 points which were there for taking for them. So the games went nil-nil into the halftime, and in the start of second half again, it was all Bremen. I mean, Heidenheim, they hardly created anything, to be honest, in the game. And Milosevic, he had his chance of redemption in 57th minute. A beautiful cross came to him from the left hand side, which he puts in back of net and gives Bremen a 1-0 lead. And then the game became a bit cagey in the midfield. No team was able to break each other. Uh, and at end of the game, just at the stoppage time, 90 plus 7, there was an OG by Barhams from Heidenheim, and that wrapped up big 3 points for them, which puts Bremen in the relegation playoff spot. Wolfsburg on 20 points are on 17th spot, and Heidenheim are on 14th with 14 points. They are on 18th spot, and this win broke their 13-game winless streak. Their last win came in November, and after 13 games, finally Bremen had their win. They had their 3 points, and they are on 16th position right now. So these were the Bundesliga matches which happened this match day, that is match day 24. And looking at the table, Bayern, that is us, we are looking right there, right in the lead, to win the title this year, with the lead of 11 points on Dortmund. And then third, fourth, fifth, and sixth position, that is looking very tight from the Champions League spots. And then, my word, the relegations, playoff zone and the playoff spot, that is looking, very, very interesting. You don't know who is gonna go down this time. Only Heidenheim, they are looking like a candidate to go down with 14 points, but from position number 11th to 16th, that is like six teams. I would even count Wolfsburg. From 11 to 17, the difference is only of 6 points. Anyone can go down at this point of time. No team is safe right now. It's something to watch out for, this season in Bundesliga. And also, there was an interesting interview by Julian Nagelsmann, from perspective of German national team. It's a World Cup year. He made a bit of controversial statement in my opinion. Nemesha and Pavlovic, I think they should be the starting pivot, but he said it looks like even with reduced game time, it could be Leon Goretzka who gets that spot in the double pivot, and Joshua Kimmich stays at the right back position. Do give your thoughts on that statement. Also, I think it is about time we start looking at the prospects of World Cup. Who all are going? Who all gonna be there in the defense, the attack? That three extra spots from 23 to 26, which have been increased. Who gets those three spots? I would love to hear your thoughts. Do leave that those comments, and we will discuss them in the upcoming videos. So that was a Bundesliga wrap, match day 24 wrap from my side. Thank you. Take care, and we will meet again.